So about a year ago, I made a video about running a bookkeeping business while also working a very stressful 9-to-5 job. And it actually ended up getting a lot of feedback from most of you out there. There's a lot of you that are in a similar situation, working a 9-to-5, trying to get your bookkeeping business off the grounds. And I also saw a lot of you out there that are saying, my bookkeeping business is failing. I don't know what to do. I'm doing everything right, but it's just not growing. And I think I'm going to call the quits and that it's a failure. They're saying, Matt, I gave it a full year. I did daily content. I posted to Facebook every day. I sent 10 friend requests, 10 instant messages to business owners every single day, and I just still saw no growth. At this point, I'm putting a lot of money into it as well as a lot of emotional risk, and I'm just not seeing it pay off. And I think the biggest thing to unpack here is that your bookkeeping business failing does not mean that you don't have the potential to grow something from scratch. And running a bookkeeping business is one of the hardest businesses to win cold online. And you don't really know about this until you live it, which is hard because most people on YouTube will tell you the opposite. First off, you need to figure out why it didn't work or why it's not working. For example, people, especially business owners, don't just wake up saying, man, I need a bookkeeper. They don't go on Instagram and they don't look up bookkeeping topics. They get a bookkeeper when, one, their CPA tells them to, two, their business needs it, or three, they're fed up with a current bookkeeper that they have. Cold social content posted on Instagram rarely converts these into real customers. It could also be your strategy. DMs don't really work when the service feels interchangeable. So even if you were excellent at this, your message probably just came off as another vendor looking for attention. And that's not a personal failure, that's just a market reality. I mean, let's be honest, you chose one of the hardest areas of entrepreneurship. You chose an area with high trust, low differentiation, long sales cycles, price-sensitive buyers, and buyers just with no urgency other than year-end. The most important thing to realize here is that this does not disqualify you from anything. In fact, it actually tells us something very valuable. It tells us you are disciplined, capable of consistency, willing to be visible, under rejection, and strategic, even if that strategy has missed so far. And these traits matter way more than the outcome. It means what failed was the fit and not the effort. But it's time to unpack the deeper truth, and honestly, this might sting a little. I think the real wound is I did everything right, everything everybody told me to, and I still failed. This can make the world feel unsafe. It makes it feel like your efforts don't matter. It makes you feel like you can't trust your own judgment, which can be debilitating for somebody just starting out in their business. And here's what I think you need to hear in order to keep going or to pick back up again if you left things off. You're not failing because you're not good enough. You're failing because something isn't aligned in a market that even punishes good execution. And you stayed long enough just to prove that it wasn't impatience. That's not weakness, that's data. So maybe you need to spend a little bit of money into this business on lead generation, or maybe you need to pick up a course on sales and getting clients. It could be that your sales pitches aren't doing good on your leads. It could be what you're posting is generic to all the other bookkeepers out there. You need to find something unique. And what I can tell you is that something is off, but it can't be fixed. And if you just keep going, you can really build your business into something very special and finally get over that 9-to-5 job that you've been trying to quit. I decided to make this video because it seems like there was something out there for tough love in the bookkeeping space that people actually like and maybe need to hear as they try to grow their empire. They are stuck in their 9-to-5 job and things aren't working, and everything on YouTube is telling them that they should have X amount of clients by now, they should have X amount of money by now, and I'm just here to tell you that something is off in your strategy and you just need to fix it and you can get to the next step. So let me know if you want to hear more things like this. Let me know if you want me to start posting some tips on how to grow your bookkeeping business, or if you just want regular tips on 9-to-5 work while trying to run your bookkeeping business. Thanks, I'll see you in the next video.